Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people. An absolute thrill to have all our guides and the universal energies with us today. Sorry if I seem a little bit flat. That last reading was a bit whoo-wee. Okay, I was going to tag this on to that reading, but the energies weren't right, so let's have another look. I'm going to have a look at Kushner, Jared Kushner. So what's happened is it's now come out of the woodwork that the deal that was done in, I didn't write the date down, a couple of years back. I think it was 2018, 2019. So the story is that Jared Kushner had bought apartment block at 666 Fifth Avenue, and turned out to be a real dud of a deal. So he was unable to meet the repayments, I believe. His partner pulled out of that deal, saying that it was worth more flattened to the ground. The land value was worth more than the building itself, and he was struggling to pay the debts in regards to the building. So what's happened is a company called Brookfield Investments stepped in and supplied. So Kushner had bought it for 1.6 billion. Brookfield Investments stepped in at the time, and the major investor was the sovereign fund of Qatar. So now we've got Qatar and Saudi Arabia all mixed up with Jared Kushner. Now, I'm not sure whether his deal from Saudi Arabia, he then paid out Qatar, I don't know, or whether he's just got all this floating around. So what I'm going to have a look, I'm just going to have a look at this particular deal. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different layout in regards to this deal. It's been told to go to pendulum first. This is the layout that Denise from Spiritual Growth uses, where you have the signifier, challenger, plans, actions, karma, and outcome. But I'm being told to go to pendulum first. So let's just have a quick look. Come on down. Okay. Good morning. Can I ask a question, please? Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Is this Kushner deal with Brookfield Qatar, did it get paid out by the Saudi money? And I'm getting a no. I'm really feeling a no. Big strong no in my head. So no, so he hasn't, so he still has, does he still have that debt? That's a yes. Is this going to end up in a pickle for Jared Kushner, this debt that he owns Qatar? Is it going to pickle him? And I'm getting a yes on that. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just throw some cards on it. Oh, abuse of power, sabotage, betrayal, stealing of the truth, you name it, on the base there, despite my previous shuffling. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this Kushner deal that he has with Brookfield Investments and Qatar. What's it going to lead to? Brookfield Investments and Qatar. Tell me the story. What's happening? Muggy as heck here today. We're expecting a fabulous storm this afternoon. Can't wait. Mind back on the deal, on what's happening, because my mind went to my tooth aching. Gets down for a root canal on Wednesday. Yay, Wednesday afternoon. So hopefully I'll see you Wednesday morning and Thursday morning. But back on Kushner, Jared Kushner with Brookfield and Qatar. How's that going to play? Those cards didn't want to go in, so let's have a look. Right, so this is the first time I've actually ever doing one, but it does appeal to me. Okay, the signifier is the World card. Now I don't do reversals, so we'll see where it leads us. The signifier is the World. So There is a world player here, but it is also an ending card. An ending card. An ending of playing on the world stage. Ooh, ooh. You have a look up the top here, you've got the US Eagle, and at the other side of it you've got the fat guy, the former guy, the frumpish goose, whatever you like to call them, TFG. Down below you've got the bull and the lion, the strength and the bull market. But I'm just wondering if this is an ending linked to the dude. Okay, challenged by the truth. Sorry, these cards get a bit glary in this big picture window. Challenged by the truth coming out. This is interesting. And piercing the crown. Wonder if this is somehow tied with Trump org. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, Kushner's plan. Sorry, hopefully my screen is big enough here. Kushner's plan. Goes up the other way. Sorry about that. Sorry, Denise. First time I've done this. Okay, the plan. It's going to be under investigation, and there is something that is going to be revealed that we have not seen yet. There is something hidden that is going to be revealed. His action. Endings. Tower. Holy crumbs. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, and then the two solid truth court cards. Okay, his actions. The karma hanging over him, circles of support and restriction. Move those across slightly. Do love Denise's overhead camera, but I don't know that it would work for me because I'm flipping up and down too much. Circles of support, being restricted. Outcome. Wow, I'm not too sure exactly where to go with this, because, okay, you, my beautiful readers, can read these for me, but we have an ending coming, a culmination coming, something to do with the US and his father-in-law, supported by the strength of the lion and the bull. Don't know if it's a Taurus, but we have this sword of truth. The most powerful sword of truth in the deck, coming forward and piercing this crown. His plan. Something to do with the legality, and this, I asked the question on his deal with Qatar. There's going to be some legal action that he's going to have to face, and there are things that are hidden that are going to come forward. This is what is actually going to happen, because what you plan and what you do is not necessarily the same thing. What I'm really getting is he's going to turn big time on Trump to save himself. He's literally going to throw his father-in-law under the bus in an attempt to break down what has happened and save himself. But he's going to find himself restricted. Everybody that has been linked with Trump in whatever Kushner's doing here is going to find themselves restricted. And here we have Trump himself, but this particular king, he's old, he's dothery, he's looking exhausted, he's looking like he's about to fall asleep. He's holding on to the pentacle barely with a limp hand, but he hasn't got the power anymore. And there's a lot of anxiety in regards to this. This is a money juggle. How can you get a 1.4 billion from one source and a 2 billion from another source and be juggling your money? I think he's trying to, what's the word? Come on, guys. They're dumping on me, and I'm trying to interpret at the same time that they're dumping. He's going to try and remove that money from being. Okay. Oh boy, these guys, they just lump it in there and they say, interpret it. It's not as easy as that, but there's something about he's going to try and hide the money. He's going to try and move it out of whatever this is going on, and because he's going to have to end up defending himself in some way. What was the next card? Loss. Loss on the base. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go on the base because it's telling me, no, not in this particular reading. These are not good cards for Jared Kushner. Okay, Denise, tell me what you think, and my beautiful viewers, but what I'm really getting is that he is going to try and protect these fundings. He's going to throw his father-in-law under the horse, but I don't think it's going to work. I'll do one more. I'll do a quick spread in my usual spread. I do like that spread, but I'll do a quick Celtic cross and just ask the question again. Kushner's dealings with Qatar. Tell me about Kushner's with Brookfield and Qatar. How's that going to go? It's not going to go well for whatever reason. Kushner's dealings with Qatar, Brookfield Investments and Qatar. Tell me about. Now this is the chappie that was supposed to go over and solve the Middle East issues. Yeah, solve it. Get what? $3.4 billion US. That really solved it, didn't it? What did he give up for it? Goodness knows. But tell me about this. Oh. They're wanting their money back. They're wanting their money back. And he hasn't got it. Tell me about Kushner's dealings with Brookfield and Qatar. Not the Saudis. I've read on the Saudis before. Feel free to look for that. Use the little microphone. Not the microphone, the microscope. But Kushner with Qatar. Kushner with the 1.4 billion investment via Brookfield Investments, Qatar. Tell me a bit more about that. Yep, thank you. You saw me shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. That's the signifier card for him. They want their money back. He's actually in danger. Ooh. Now I read on this ages ago about whether him and Ivanka would flee the country and go elsewhere because they were looking at Israel. But, and I'm pretty sure in that reading, it came up, if I can remember correctly, because usually I just read through and they go from my memory because I'm just channeling what my guides are telling me. But if I remember correctly, they did not leave the US because they were in fear for their lives if they went elsewhere. Because and I thought it was the Saudis, but perhaps it's Qatar, or perhaps it's a combination of two. But this is going to lead to his, not good for him. Another major arcana. Again, same cards coming out. There is something hidden that we don't know in regards to this. About the intergenerational money, about the money being handed to him by the old guard. Now you've got to remember that these Middle Eastern countries, they think in they don't think in 3 or 4, 2 or 4 year, 3 or 4 year, whatever election cycles. They think in generations. That they think in hundreds of years is the way they're thinking, which is why Saudi Arabia is currently moving very swiftly to building a big renewable industry, because they know that oil is done and dusted, whereas other parts of the world can't get their head around that. So this is the old school money that they received. It's usually my Trump All card, but it's not. This is about the old school money that they received. Yeah, okay. In the past, an abuse of power. Well, this was his position in the Trump presidency, an abuse of power, stealing the truth, and others walking away. This is the past. Crowning the reading. Ooh, is he going to come under the scrutiny of the Biden administration in regards to this? And when I say Biden administration, I'm not talking Biden, I'm not necessarily talking federal, I'm talking about scrutiny of all those prosecutors, judges, commissions that come under the administration. He's going to find himself wounded and having to retreat and having to shelter. Now this comes back to him not being going to leave the US. Externally, Star of Hope. Okay, a rebalancing. I'm drawn to the bird in the background there on the tree, bringing forward a message of something new. This is externally. Thank you. He's putting out. He's trying to. Thank you, guys. How do I put that? Emit? No. Project. Thank you. He's trying to project that all is hunky-dory and all is balanced and that's what he's trying to project, that all is okay. Okay, thank you. Internally though, Four of Swords. Having to wounded in retreat. Hopes and fears, Temperance. Interesting that we've got both the Hope card and the Temperance card. Both are pouring water from vessels to try and rebalance. He's hoping that he can make this work. He's got both of them have got 1 foot in the water plus also 1 foot on land. This one's projecting an image that all is okay. This one is hoping that emotionally it's going to be all okay. We've got this path leading to this obstacle of mountains with the new sunrise behind it. Okay, the outcome for him. Ooh. Going into hiding. This figure is cloaked with their hood up as they move forward, but this is about movement. Movement forward, packing up the truth and moving forward. And as soon as I saw that, I was drawn to this hooded figure. I'm wondering whether it's going to go into hiding. A lot of work going on behind the scenes at the moment. Things are going to happen very quickly, almost chaotically. He's going to have to walk away. He's going to walk away from this toxicity that he's been enmeshed in as he faces, scalp is prickling, as he faces prosecution, justice, anxiety in regards to juggling his money and the partnerships that he formed. He's now reaping what he has sowed. On the base, he's going to have to defend himself. He's going to try and create a new start. We've got the dark money here, the dark money and the Hierophant and the agreements and the patriarchal going to be fully illuminated. So I think what's going to happen is that he's actually okay. So what we've got, the big cards for me, is that he is going to walk away from this toxicity. He's really anxious about it as he's trying to get his money out of there, but he's reaping from the partnerships that he has sowed. So he's conflicted at the moment. He's not going to leave the US, and I don't think they will flee because of that very factor. He's not going to leave the US because he knows if he does, he's in danger, because I wouldn't say he's reneging on the deal, but they want their money back because he hasn't been able to hold up his end of the bargain, whatever that bargain was. Okay, watch with interest. I think there's going to be quite a few readings today. There's a lot to get through, so take care. Whoo-wee! Hang on for the ride. Observe. Don't immerse yourself in it. Don't get frustrated. The wheels of truth and the legal system turn slowly, very slowly. But if you look back on history, even just a couple of decades ago, truth always comes out to the fore. Justice always, usually, is delivered in some form, and we progress forward. So thank you for joining me. Take care. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Bye-bye.